Hey, and welcome back to session 3 of I Can't Play Guitar. Whole deal here is my name's Jamie, and I can't play guitar. So, having what some might consider a quarter life crisis, turning 30 this year, and I do know how to play the drums, about intermediate, but I've tried a few other times, and I really, really have wanted in my entire life to be able to play the guitar, but I've never made it happen. So this is that happening. And welcome if you are learning guitar too. We are following along the Orange Amps Rock Guitar Foundations course here, and we're learning guitar, and we're going to go even deeper than that. Especially today, we're going to look at some problem areas that I've been going over. I've been learning guitar for about 5 or 6 days now, and I have been practicing when I haven't been on live stream here, but I will be committing to do most of my playing, including painstaking practicing on live stream to show you guys the exact process from nothing to playing guitar, to be able to confidently play guitar. And really, the purpose of me wanting to play guitar was like a lot of people, I want to play along and I want to be able to play the songs of a lot of my favorite songs and the guitar parts specifically. That was a big motivator for me to learn drums. Then I got to the point where I could play a lot of the songs, and I started to want to be in bands and write my own music. Then I was able to record music, and after that, it's time to learn a new instrument. So we'll share with you guys later in this session some of the songs and some of the albums and artists that drove us to want to pick up a guitar. And we're going to work today through this section here, uh, which is one of the last parts of the chord section of the Orange Amps. And we're going to go over first, though, we're going to go to Justin Guitar because he has some good advice about if your fingers hurt, which mine sort of did. I took a break though, and I have been practicing a lot since my last session on here yesterday. Probably practiced for about 3 or 4 hours, just going over and over and over chords. And every time I get a little discouraged, I can't get the chord after what seems like hours of practicing. It's been really encouraging to go online to communities like Reddit and on other forums I've seen mostly extreme encouragement from more experienced players when someone is having trouble, and pretty much they've said stick it through, given some good advice, and oftentimes I've been able to use that when I've looked up problem areas I've had so far. And they've basically said everyone has problems with different things when playing guitar, and there's nothing that just automatically should be easy. So if you're having a problem with something, we're having a big problem playing the D chord. It's one of the, the hardest chords for us to play. It's happens to be one of the very first chords most people can play, but for us, getting it consistently and cleanly has just been a bear, and we've been that's been one of the basic six chords we've pretty much been going over and over. The other thing was the fact that we really still can't, after a few days of practicing, cleanly switch between chords. And it's just a good reminder to go online sometimes and search and see that people that after practicing for years sometimes still cannot do that. So stick with it. Um, if you're not really getting something, maybe it's time to look into it. And that's what we did. So let's check out Justin Guitar, and he's going to talk about if your fingers hurt, which happened to me last night. My fingers were really, really hurting. So, and I know that a little bit of that on the pads and tips can be normal, but I just wanted to make sure that I wasn't doing anything incorrect. So we're going to watch this little video from Justin Guitar, which is another free lesson source, and he's going to talk about stopping finger pain. Actually, the first one we'll go over is want less finger pain.
I didn't trust teachers. I didn't trust politicians. I didn't trust people on.
Dude.
Hey, how you doing? Justin here in this lesson. I'm going to tell you about how to
By the way,
avoid
really
so much
cool
finger
Tom
pain
Morello tune.
by using correct
the
finger
government.
placement. Now, where you put your finger within a fret changes how much pressure you need to apply with that finger in order to get a good sounding note. And as a beginner guitar player, the first few weeks particularly, it hurts, right? You're pressing your nice, soft finger skin down on a thin piece of metal. That's just an unpleasant thing to do. First few weeks when I was learning left-handed, I couldn't believe how much it hurt. I've played guitar for so long that I'd completely forgotten. It was one of the most revealing things I found about learning to play left-handed was it just really hurt. The first couple of weeks was just really painful. And I know what I'm doing, and I know all of this finger placement stuff too. So it's really, really important that you get your fingers in the best possible place. And I'm going to show you a little exercise now that I want you to actually do, play along with me, so that you can experience it. And by experiencing it, I'm fairly sure that you'll be pretty careful about your finger placement as we move forward on this course, particularly when we're learning our first chords. So I want you to put your first finger in the 5th fret. Okay, so just counting up, there's the first place. That's the 1st fret, 2nd fret, 3rd fret, 4th fret, 5th fret. You'll almost certainly have a dot in that fret. And I want you to put it on the 3rd string. So starting with the thinner string, that's string 1, 2, 3. Now we're going to start by putting the finger right up next to the 5th fret, the 5th piece of metal. Okay, closest to your body.
Sorry about this. We just got to get our fret cam working. Damn it. And we're back. Okay, so let's take a look at the rest of this. He's showing us that you don't really have to push down that hard to get it to
Now,
ring out.
what I want you to do is I want you to use your thumb just to play that string, that one note. And I want you to see how lightly you can press with your finger to still get a good sounding note. So if I just gradually lift off my finger, now it's too little and I'm not getting the note. Pressing a little bit more, there we go. Now that's I'm not really pressing very hard at all. You hear if I go slightly looser, it gets all buzzy and stuff, okay? So I'm just experiencing how much pressure, how little pressure actually I need to do to press down to get that note sounding good. Now I want you to move your first finger to the back of the fret. So it's still within that zone, but it's kind of at the back end. And I want you to try and do the same thing. Wow, it's like 10 times harder I have to press to get that note ringing good. You can probably see my fingers going a little bit white there. Okay, compared to here, where it's really softly pressing down the string. And here, that same amount, I don't even get the note out. Now, the reason this is so important is that every time you play a chord and I ask you to put your finger in a particular fret, you want to try and get it up as close to the fret as you can. That's the position where you're going to use the least amount of pressure to get a good note. In these early stages on the guitar, you want good notes, but you also don't want much finger pain. So trying to get your finger positioned exactly in the right place will mean that you press less hard, and therefore you'll have less pain in your fingers, you'll be able to do more practice, you'll enjoy the whole experience more. So this finger placement is a really, really big deal.
You can't get in shape because you don't have an hour to go do cardio every day. Well, nobody has time for that. I don't do an hour of cardio. I have never done an hour of cardio in the past 5-10 years, and I stay sub 10% body fat year round. Well, you could say, well, I have a couple injuries and I can't lift heavy. You don't have to lift heavy to get in shape. You can say, well, I can't stick to a diet because I'm always hungry all the time. You can follow diets where you're not hungry and you're eating your favorite foods. You can say, I'm not in shape because I don't know who to listen to. I don't know even what to do. Well, here's your chance to put all those myths.
Fuck out of here. Alright, so that was Justin Guitar. He's talking about how to not have finger pain. So we're going to dive back in on guitar and stop listening to meathead fuckface there. Come on, fret cam. We're sorry, guys. We just want our fret cam to work so you can see our fingerings. There it goes. Alright, let's hope this works out. Okay, so we're playing this piece called Lil Licks. Again, if you do have trouble, it's normal. He said the first few months, weeks, my fingers hurt, but just keep playing. As long as your actual hand isn't hurting super, super bad, just be reasonable. But again, you don't have to press the craziness on the guitar to get it to work, and oftentimes pressing too hard is going to mean that it's harder to pull off and get back to other chords and shit like that. So let's take a look here. Lil Licks. I've been practicing Space Oddity. I'll play a second for you guys here. It does have a really hard chord in it, a notoriously hard chord, the F bar chord. I'll form it here. And I still can't play it properly, and this is one of those really frustrating chords that I'm just going to keep at. And some people say that, they just skip it, they play it in a different way. but I think it's worth it. It sounds pretty distinct on a ton of different songs, and it's really hard to replicate without playing it this exact way. The tough part is you have to use your first finger here to bar or cover all the chord or all the strings, and you still have to have the top and bottom two, even though you're gonna put your fingers on strings here. You still have to have the low E and top E as well as the D covered, and it's kind of tricky, notoriously tricky. But don't be discouraged. We won't be either. The chorus, you can probably tell if you've heard the song, Space Oddity. It's that chord, that big F. You can hear all the... I don't have it yet. Or the C. F. Book. Oh boy. So anyway, I did look that up in a tab, and just they suggest the song here, Space Oddity. But when you click the link, it just goes to a broken YouTube link. But it is a fun song. It's one of my more favorite songs out of the simple, easy songs they suggest to try and play early on for guitar. But let's dig into this little licks here. I like doing the exercises that they set out that are more scholastic, if you will, than certainly just going and learning tabs, because I want to work on my actual fine skills, because I know that translates to being able to write music and being able to play by ear a lot better. So let's take a look here. This piece combines open chords with accents and muting for sharp, edgy chord progression. Pay attention to the dynamics. Make sure the unaccented chords are played piano so that the accented chords really strike out. So if they're not accented, we're going to play them kind of softer. Piano. You may notice small dots. These are known as staccato. That means you should play these chords as quickly and suddenly as possible. So they're going to be quiet, but they're still going to be staccato. Still going to be like quick. All right, so A minor. Let's listen to it really quick. It's A minor, A minor, A minor, A minor, E, 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 A minor, A minor, D minor, A minor, E, E, E. I gotta slow it down. Let's see here. Bop, bop, bop. 1, 2, 3, 4. One, two, 1, 2. One, two, buckle my shoe. One, two. Oh, I got excited and I fucked it up at the end. Shit. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Ah, goddamn, man. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Whew, close. Ah. All right. As you can see, we're playing 8 bars and we're sweating out. But it's good. Like, this is learning music. Sometimes it just takes forever. Oh, and really, luckily our fret cam died again. Okay, give me a sec here. Maybe I can get this going. I don't know. Man, we're really sorry, guys. This fret cam just isn't working. Be right back. Okay, let's get back to it. If it goes out while we're practicing, we might not replace it. We might need to get a different, more reliable camera there. Thanks for sticking with us, and we're gonna stick with these licks. All right, there, it's dropping out. So we're gonna drop this camera out. Give us just 1 second. And we're going to give you guys a little bit of a look in the window here at our, so we're just kind of done with that, our cam. So you'll be able to see here in the window what we're playing. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Shit, that killed the momentum. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. One, two, 1, 2. Ooh, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. One, two, skiddly diddly doo. One, two, 3, 4. Ah, shit. One, 2, 3, 4. One, 2. Let's play it again. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here we are. Sorry about that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Got excited, fucked it up again, but we're getting closer. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. That's some good shit, right? Always have a pick ready. Again, fucked it up. Got so excited that I somewhat made the chord changes. Oh man, just be excited. That's what I'm saying. Closer. 1, 2, 3, 4. Whoa. Oh shit. Sounds horrible. Oof. All right. Almost got that F chord going. So just remember, play something fun. Don't worry about too much about playing. But let's go back into the little licks. Don't too much about playing chorus material too much if you want to play something. But See? Better. Shit. So good. I had that bar chord so accurate. Damn. All right. I need to take a little bit of an intermission. We'll be back because we definitely want to play more guitar. Got through little licks a little bit. Probably going to come back to it. Not going to take the lesson quiz yet because we definitely have not mastered chords and we don't feel comfortable. But we are going to move on to... Ooh, maybe we aren't going to move on. We're going to take a look at some octave scales when we come back. But we're also going to talk about music that inspires us. And we're just going to practice a bunch more. You can hang out with us, practice with us, and just know that people aren't born amazing at guitar. And I probably never will be, but it's coming along. Watch my first video. Crazy. All right, we'll be back. We're back, and after a long intermission, we're going to play some more. If you're just joining us, we have been playing through Rock Foundation Guitar Course with Orange, so we're going to go back through a few chords, and then we're going to try this little licks piece here, which was helping us work on accents, and then we're going to plow through to some more stuff. One. Oh, okay. Let me just hear how they played the lick first. The little licks. have to slow that down. So they have this little. Whew. Yeah, and our camera dropped out. We'll be right back. Okay, this is fine. It's gonna work. It's gonna all work out. Oh. Let's just get this so you can hopefully just see. Oops. There we go. All right, so our camera did drop out, but now you can see our guitar here. Okay. Let's tune up really quick. We're going to pop into just tune up. And we're doing this right in GarageBand. Ooh, that's really flat. Okay, I think that fixes it. Bones sinking like stones. Okay. Let's get back and go to Little Licks and see what we can do on it. Okay. So what we do have is an A minor, an E, and a D minor, and it's pretty straightforward. But I am having a little bit of trouble getting through it, especially because it's not just chords. We got the palm muting between, but It does sound good, and I know I can play it. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. Pick down. Ooh. That's more like it. Oh boy. So, as you can see, sometimes you just need a little time away from something, go play something else, kind of get a little caught up on it. But if you are practicing, a lot of times the muscle memory will come back. So, I went to a different riff, come back to the little licks, just feeling a lot better. Felt literally impossible when I realized that when I was practicing it before, I wasn't doing the muting. But after I played it for like 10 minutes, it makes a lot more sense. Oh, give us just a minute. We need a tiny break, and we'll be right back. Okay. And back to it. Little X. Throwing picks. Try to do the first one not so accented. Shit. Okay. Oh my goodness. Let's keep going. my fingers hurt. Ah. One, two, three, four. X. Fuck you, Little X. All right. Ooh. The hand hurts. We're going to play a little more. We're going to go over a few more. We're just going to mess around a little bit. And, yeah, that's going to be it. Half those are muted. It's okay, though. Well. So, we didn't get a chance to talk about really any of the music that inspired us, and I think that's probably for the best. We're going to leave that for another day, but thanks for hanging out with us. Thanks for practicing with us. And if at the very least you took a look and said, wow, not as bad as that guy, can't be that hard, we're glad we could do that for you. So, regardless of why you're here and why you left or why you're still with us, thanks for stopping by. And if you do want to follow us, just hit that subscribe button to subscribe to the channel so you can find out when we go live. We do go live every single day. We'll be practicing, learning guitar, so follow us along the journey or stop back in periodically, see how we're doing. And again, you can always look back at our journey and see how we're progressing so you can see that it's not that bad, but that it does take time and that anyone can learn anything. We'll see you guys next time.